Welcome to another video from Nest to Cozy Nest. Michelle and I have fielded a lot of questions from our friends. Why are you doing this? How is this going to work? People came up with a lot of reasons why we can't do what we're striving to do. We've put those in some groupings and wanted you to think through, are you struggling with some of these yourself? The first one is aging parents. My father-in-law being 85, mother-in-law is 83, and my parents are 76. So they need our help. They need us around them. We're going to really work on the relationship side of this when we're traveling and making sure that they're okay and have ways for them to reach out to us and do some check-ins.
Like COVID has shown us the different ways to keep in contact with people. You don't have to have face-to-face all the time, but you can do video calls and reach out in other ways and still get those connections.
That's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. That brings us to our next one. What about your children?
Even though they're all older, 26, 24, 21, and 18, you always need your parents. And so how do you keep those relationships going? Just like with our parents, we find ways to keep in contact with them. Make sure that they're doing okay and have them check on us, make sure we're doing okay.
This has been a hard week for us, to be totally transparent. Our baby is doing home MTC, so we're going through that. As you can tell, it's pretty emotional. It's exciting, but it's still hard. And the third one is friends and family that we're close to in the neighborhood, in our church family, professional network, as well as some of our other close friends, and how we're going to do check-ins and how to keep those relationships. The next one really that we've heard a lot about is social. Like right now, we've got the elections coming up in the US, and there's a lot of questions about what's going to happen with wars and weather. Actually, the first place we're going to, Taiwan, has a big typhoon that just blew in. They're underwater right now. Yeah, is it a little bit scary? Sure. Is that going to stop us? These are questions that I think everybody's going to have to ask themselves at some point in time.
The other part is the whole stress of planning the travel, booking the tickets and finding places to stay. The language barrier. I like going to Taiwan first because you know Chinese.
Sure.
So it makes the process a little bit easier. But Google Translate is amazing to have. Again, modern technology.
The biggest question we get, I would say 95.2% of people, no.
The majority of them.
Maybe it's 99. It's financial. Totally transparent. I don't have millions of dollars in the bank. We are not independently wealthy. I still need to work to make a living. Trying to find remote work. Still need to add something to our retirement because we're not quite there. We also still have monthly bills. We still have a mortgage on our little cozy nest that we're going to go live in this summer.
When we rent out our house, we'll help offset that cost, which will be nice.
The other question that comes up for me is, what happens if I need to get another job? How am I going to explain this gap in my employment if I need to go back and get a job?
And then is it going to really set us back to where it hurts us for retirement? But we've tried really hard to contribute to our retirement funds, and we're going to have to take a step back on that.
Yeah, being self-employed, we've done Roths and IRAs and listened to Adulting Decrypted, shameless plug, if you need to know more about that. And so those are the top 10 reasons that we've gathered as we've talked to people. Please feel free to link in the comments the notes below. What are some reasons you can't travel or are keeping you from doing that? Some of the questions that haven't been asked us but made me think so they didn't make the top 10 are, what about your personal health and health insurance? And some of those other things that don't affect Michelle and I yet, but it could be affecting some of you. As we made this pros and cons list, the real pro that we came up with outweighs all the cons. It's because there is a lot of reasons to not do what we want to do. But the biggest reason Michelle and I have decided to do this trip is by going now proves to ourselves we can live on our own definition of success while we are deepening our relationship with each other and our family.
What better way than to put yourself in these situations that you're not sure how they're going to end up, to see how well we can build on our relationship. We started with just us, and now the kids are all doing their own thing, and now we're back to us. And it's time to continue with that relationship, and what better way to do it?
Thanks for joining us on our journey.
Till next time.